So friends, now we'll discuss that is soil as a resource. So let's start this very important topic, that is soil as a resource. Soil as a resource. So first of all, we need to know that what is the soil. So soil is basically a topmost layer of the land is called as soil, and this is very important resource because all the cultivation, agriculture, everything for that purpose. Now this soil is very important. After that, one more thing I just want to tell you here, that formation of soil. Okay, formation of soil depends upon so many factors. So what are these factors? One by one we will discuss here. So one very important factor is parent rock, parent rock. Basically you must know that soil we are getting from the rock only. Okay, so parent rock is very important. Now after that we have the climate. Within climate you can take rainfall as well as temperature. Rainfall as well as temperature you can take. Then the third one is, apart from that, third one is time, time, which is very crucial here, time. And the fourth one is here, parent rock is done, climate is done, time is done. After that we have one more very important factor, which is also called as decomposers. I'll tell you how these decomposers are playing very important key role. Okay, so parent rock, climate, time, and decomposer, these are all which are making this soil here. Fine. So with this now you can add one more very important factor, which is running wind, water, or glacier. So these are also affecting the soil very important. This factor is there, running wind, water, or glacier. So now I'll take 2 minutes and I'll explain you how this soil is getting formed. So here suppose this we have the our parent rock, this is our parent rock that we have. Fine. So what is happening because of this wind, water, and glacier, and because of this because of this wind, water, and glacier only. See here. Rainfall is happening here, suppose wind is also blowing. Okay, wind is also blowing. So because of that, now this particular rock is turning into breaking into the pieces. So rock pieces are coming down. These rock pieces are coming down, and because of the running water, wind, and glacier, these rock pieces are coming down, and they are accumulating here. They are accumulating here. So by the passage of time, see here, wind, water, and glacier role is clear to all of you. Now by the passage of time, okay, see, rainfall and temperature also plays very important role. With the passage of time, because of the sunlight exposure and rainfall, okay, parent rock, how parent rock is coming, you can see this is the parent rock that you can see here. So because of this particular rainfall and temperature, over the passage of time on this particular rock pieces, some green mosses and light tiny plants will grow. Okay, green mosses and tiny plants will grow. These green mosses and tiny plants will grow, and later these plants will die, and the dead remains of these plants will remain on this surface of the water, surface of the rock pieces only. What I said, by the passage of time, green mosses and tiny plants will grow on the rock pieces, and later when the plants will die, so the dead plants will remain on the top of this rock piece only, which is called as humus. So humus is what? Humus is the remaining of dead plants and animals. Dead plants and is called as humus. So over the passage of time, humus will develop over the surface of the rock piece, and this particular dead plants with the help of decomposers will decompose here, and it will later convert into the soil. So this is the process how the soil is getting formed. Once again I am repeating here. First of all, you see the parent rock is there. So parent rock, because of the wind, water, glacier, it is breaking into the multiple pieces, and those pieces, rock pieces, will accumulate here, and here by the passage of time, on top of these rock pieces, the green mosses and tiny plants will develop. And when these tiny plants will die now, so the dead remains of the tiny plants will remain here only on the rock piece, and this is called as humus. And by the passage of time, because with the help of decomposer, it will decompose here only, and later it will take the shape of soil, है ना. So soil we are getting from the rock only. Okay, so this is something which is very, very important. It takes millions of years. It is not the process of one night, है ना, or 1 or 2 days. It takes long period of time, and then only we are getting this soil. Fine. Now later I just want to tell you one more thing, that the quality of soil also depends upon these factors. I am just explaining here. The quality of soil also depends upon the thickness of soil, the thickness of soil, as well as the color of soil, the age of soil, as well as you on the basis of which you are dividing that you have Bhangar and Khadar. So this soil you are dividing on the basis of age. Okay, alluvial soil you can divide into two parts, Bhangar and Khadar. So Bhangar is the old alluvial soil, and Khadar is the new alluvial soil. Color on the basis of color, you have the red, yellow soil, you have the black soil. With this now we have one more, that is physical and chemical properties, है ना? Physical and chemical properties are also there, which plays very important role, है ना? Physical and chemical properties. Now you can classify the soil on various types. So types of soil, I'll explain here. Types of soil. Okay, so first very important soil we have, that is called as mountainous or forest soil. Mountainous or forest soil, both are same, है ना? Mountainous and forest soil are found. Suppose this is the map of India. Okay, suppose this is the map of India. So here this particular mountainous and forest soil are found in the mountainous region, this region, है ना? This region it is found. Then the next one we have is the alluvial soil. Alluvial soil. So remember alluvial soil is formed because of the large river. When the large river is coming from the mountain, it is bringing n number of things such as minerals, pebbles, stones, and this particular elements only will make this alluvial soil. So this alluvial soil we are getting in these northern plain areas, है ना? These areas we are getting alluvial soil. And after that, this third one we have is known as arid soil. Arid soil. So basically arid soil we are getting in the dry areas. So here if you see these areas, so this area we are getting in the Rajasthan area we are getting the arid soil. Now the next one we have is known as black soil. So basically black soil we are getting in the plateau region, है ना? So Deccan plateau region, here we are getting the black soil. Especially we are getting in the parts of Deccan tract. This one area na Maharashtra, this Gujarat, Karnataka, this particular places we are getting the black soil. After that, the next one is red and yellow soil. Okay, red and yellow soil. So red and yellow soil we are getting in the parts of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, है ना? So here we are getting the red and yellow soil. I am writing here. This particular places we are getting the red and yellow soil. Now apart from that, the next one is known as laterite soil. Okay, laterite soil. So laterite soil also, which is very famous for the plantation of tea and coffee, we are also getting in here in the Kerala, Tamil Nadu. This part we are getting the laterite soil. Okay, so laterite soil I am depicting with the help of with the help of this white color only I am explaining you. This part is called as, you know, laterite soil. Some here Assam region also we are getting the laterite soil. Okay, so basically remember, laterite soil we are getting in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, this southern states we are getting this laterite soil, which is very famous for the plantation of tea and coffee. Fine, I hope till here picture is very much clear to all of you. Now I'll show you the map also, dedicated map I'll show to you, in which you can easily classify that where which you know, soil is found. So let's I'm just showing you the map. You please see and you please try to understand where which type of soil we are getting.